G'day guys, I'd like to talk to you about dashboards because in a company there's a lot of data collected and I like to make decisions based on data, and most people should be doing that. It's much better than arbitrary decisions, and it's also good to display the data that you have, and the best way of doing that is having a TV in your office showing the important data. In addition, you should have that data shown on your intranet. And we have a rule about, especially talking about developers, how you should have a project portal and it should be visible on the intranet and on your TVs. We have a little tool called SSW Dashboard Grabber, and that basically goes to websites, logs in, takes a screenshot, and Bob's your uncle. So let's have a look here. This is the SSW intranet, and on the intranet there is a link that says See Internal Projects. When you go to See Internal Projects, you will see all the internal projects being worked on and what's going on, but there also is a link called See SSW Developers Dashboards. And the Developers Dashboards are great, like it just cycles through all the images in a carousel. And there's two major images in the developer world, and that is what is going on, and that's the project dashboard, and then what is happening in the live environment, and that's called the live dashboard. Okay, so let's just dive into one of these, and that is TimePro. So this is the website, and the next screen that cycles through in the carousel is the time that's been spent in the last month, and I can see that's Alex, Prem, Brendan, and JK. So let's have a look at what they've been doing. You can see their builds are happening quite nicely because on the right hand side they're green. They've been deployed into production. Now the dark green shows you the velocity going up and down. So a couple of sprints ago there's quite a bit of work being worked on. I think that was some zero work, and that's what's happening at the moment. You can see there's no pull requests outstanding. Fantastic. And you can see what they're working on. They're working on some bug with Firefox, and Zero has a number of items here, some third-party accounting system. You can see there's no days remaining in the sprint, so the sprint review should be today, and you can see that they have 22 points of effort remaining. That burn down isn't so crash hot. In the last 30 days, you can see that these little dots, see the little red dots, that shows you a bug was fixed, and the blue one shows a PBI item was fixed. So in the last 30 days, 9 bugs were fixed and 7 PBIs were done, which is great. Now, on the top right-hand side, this is a QR code you open up with your phone looking at a TV, and it will pop open on your phone or device. Now, there's two little links here, one to the Azure App Insights and one to the rule I just showed you. So let's say we scan this and we go to it. So this is the project portal that you'd end up on, and there's the links. You'd click on one of these links and go into the dashboard. So, and that would show you, in this case, the unique session, so the usage. There's 47 users at this point in time. You can see the usage is fairly consistent. The availability has been 100%, so that's great. In terms of the fail requests, not too many, and these are looked at all the time. And the light blue is the server exceptions, and the dark one here, the purple, that is the dependencies. And that is a little bit similar to this data over here, which is a different view. Just in terms of the responsiveness, you can see that the responsiveness is great, all under less than a quarter of a second. And so all that's pretty good. So the application map, the green basically shows there's one server running. That would be a .NET one. We can see the availability tests. There's some calls out to Dynamics here, some other calls out to Dynamics, and that is a disco, which means discovery. So it looks up here, finds what access you have, and then it would call off the APIs in the Dynamics integration. Now, if we were to dive into, we can see there's some calls off to SQL Server here, and we can dive into this one, which is the H2P one, and we can drill into that further. And once you drill into that a little further, you would probably see What else would we see? We can say view details, and over on the right hand side you can see that what is being called here, and I can see Zero and Raygun and other external dependencies, and so that kind of gives you a bit of a window into what's happening. And so now everybody in the company can know what's going on in this project. So with that, I'll say thank you and encourage you to be happy dashboarding.